Ladies and gentlemen, usually Michigan tends to lean towards blue, and Trump is already pulling ahead of Joe Biden in Michigan, a state that Joe Biden won in the last election. So Trump has pulled ahead of President Joe Biden in a must win state, and that is Michigan, where voters remain pessimistic about the U.S. economy. A Bloomberg News report consult poll shows. So Trump led Biden by 46% to 42% in a poll conducted on November 27th through December 5th, after they were tied in the same survey back in October and early November. Trump's lead is just within the poll's margin of error of 4% points. The former president now leads in the monthly tracking poll of seven swing states that will decide the 2024 presidential election. So Biden has lost support among suburban women in Michigan and voters aged between 18 to 34. And his inability to improve his standing with union households, despite being the first sitting president to join a picket line back, backing the U.S. auto workers, is helping Trump, the poll found. Losing Michigan would be devastating for Biden's reelection hopes. In 2020, he won in part by beating Trump by 154,188 votes in the state. And Michigan had been equally critical to Trump in 2016 when he won the longtime Democratic stronghold by just 10,704 votes and narrowly carrying Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Inflation appears to be costing Biden support among women. They typically do the grocery shopping, and they have seen firsthand the price of necessities rise. So we've seen generally that women are less satisfied with the economy today and the price of everyday goods and services. The poll also shows Biden failing to gain traction among voters in Michigan's union households, a critical bloc in the state that's home to the U.S. auto industry. Auto workers are more in tune with Donald Trump's policies in terms of energy and the economy. Wow. I mean, it just seems like everything is leaning in Trump's direction these days. And that's what they're going to vote for: Donald Trump's policies. They've had a chance to now see Joe Biden in action, and I don't think they like what they see. Yeah, well, get in line, because I think many of us don't like what we see when it comes down to Joe Biden. Democrats were expecting Biden, who has called himself the most pro union president in U.S. history, to get a boost from union workers in Michigan after the UAW secured unprecedented gains in its strike. When Biden shows his solidarity with the UAW, Trump held a rally at a non union shop near Detroit and said United Auto Worker members were being sold down the river by their leadership. The United Auto Worker leadership has not yet endorsed a candidate, but in the past, they have picked the Democrat in the race. The hope is that rank and file UAW workers will follow the recommendation of the union leadership when it comes to voting. So they're saying that Many of them are having doubts about Joe Biden. They don't seem quite as interested in going Democrat as they did before in the past. But Trump, who campaigned against trade deals that union members blame for the loss of U.S. manufacturing jobs, has helped lure the working class to Republicans. Hmm. It has less to do with the recent strikes and more to do with a range of issues and political realignments in the last decade. Early polls aren't a good indicator of results a year from now. And the Democratic Party has just started to target messaging to help Joe Biden in the state of Michigan. So I guess they're putting on those political ads and doing what they need to do. Mm-mm-mm. When the UAW turns its focus on the election, when labor unions all turn their focus on the election, they'll remember that this is the president who stood with them and stood by them year after year and will come and, to the Democrats and make sure of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bloomberg News and Morning Consult poll showed that 4,935 registered voters in 7 swing states, 796 registered voters in Arizona, 801 in Georgia, 703 in Michigan, 451 in Nevada, 704 in North Carolina, 799 in Pennsylvania. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, all of these are now leaning towards Trump. I mean, when you look at the polls, all the polls are now leaning in Michigan for Trump over Biden. Wow. So, y'all, you're going to have to tell me what you think. Joe Biden, who prides himself in being pro union, is falling behind Donald Trump when it comes down to women and the United Auto Workers. Uh. Sure don't look good for Biden. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.